In this video, we counting down the best Amazon Prime original series. Let's begin. Number 10, The Expanse. The Expanse is about politics, identity, technology, discourse, the power of narratives, the dangers of charismatic leaders, and are all locked in together to ultimately tell a story about people interacting with the unknown. Aside, the starting point is that in the future mankind has begun living in space. There's the dying Earth suffering from overpopulation, and Mars, a colonial effort which has attracted the best and brightest, leading to a political institution rivaling Earth. Then there's the Belters, who are the slave class, who are born in space. They have weaker bodies and hearts, they do all the labor. The show adapts 6 of the 9 books from James 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗃 series. Therefore it's 6 seasons, but within them are 6 totally different genre styles. The Expanse is an American science fiction television series. The Expanse has received critical acclaim, with particular praise for its visuals, character development, and political narrative. The Expanse 6th and final season premiered on December 2021.
Why couldn't we have brought more light?
Number 9, The 𝘀𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗃. The 𝘀𝗀𝗃𝗃 tells the story of 8 young girls headed off to Hawaii on a female retreat called the Dawn of Eve. However, things don't go as planned, and they end up stranded on an island in the middle of nowhere. You can compare this show to Lost, but with girls. The story is told in present time and flashbacks. So while the girls are on the island, we learn each backstory about why they even went on this retreat in the first place. Each flashback into each individual girl's life shows us the effects of short-term and long-term trauma in regards to mental health. And each girl has their own story. It's told in such a good way. In the end, you understand where they're coming from. You're rooting for them and you're hoping for a happy ending. All of the actresses did a phenomenal job. The writing in the show is so good. Every girl on the island has a strength a lot. All of them have some basic knowledge of CPR. A couple of them know how to distill seawater and turn it into drinking water. So as the story unfolds, you realize that each girl was a piece of the puzzle, specifically chosen for this experiment. The 𝘀𝗀𝗃𝗃 is an American drama streaming television series, created by Sarah Stryker for Amazon Prime Video, and it received positive reviews from critics. The series was cancelled after 2 seasons. Number 8, Alex Rider.
What you want? You.
Alex Rider is a British spy thriller television program based on the novel series of the same name by Anthony Horowitz. It stars Otto Farrant as the eponymous character, who is recruited by a subdivision of MI6 as a teenage spy to infiltrate places that others are unable to. The series is Amazon's first scripted British Amazon original series. Alex Rider's story is not original, but the way the story is told as well as the sheer amount of likable characters makes it such a pleasant watch. The acting is excellent. If you come in looking for a realistic spy thriller, you're not going to be satisfied. There are aspects of realistic spy thrillers in Alex Rider, but the main character, after all, is a teenager. But the series is so entertaining, alongside some action and conspiracies and spy ventures. Alex Rider takes all of that and mixes them in perfectly. The series received generally positive reviews, and it was renewed for a 3rd season.
At the end of this, he will be transformed.
Number 7, The Man in the High Castle.
If you could do anything with your life, what would you like to do?
It's based in an alternative of World War II, where the Nazis win the war, and New York side, the east side of the USA, is owned by Nazi Germany, and San Francisco is owned by the Japanese. And there's this part in the middle of America, which is called the neutral zone, where people can go to if they are not wanted in either the Japanese section or the Nazi section of America. In the High Castle is not just another show. It does bring something unique to the table. It has incredible world building that just by itself makes the show worth watching, solid performances. The story is powerful and engaging. The Man in the High Castle is an American dystopian alternate history television series. The 4th and final season premiered on November 2019.
Take this. What is this? A way out.
Number 6, The Boys. The story centers on 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗃𝗯𝗃, who joins a group of superhero-hating ruffians after his girlfriend is horrifically murdered by a speedster known as A-Train. Huey and the boys are an engaging gateway into the minds of non-meta-humans, with each member having their own reasons for wanting the soups dead. The story in The Boys revolves around 2 main aspects. One is collateral damage, how the lives of the little non-super people are affected by the mayhem that can be caused by superheroes, the things that the Marvel movies don't typically show you, and what are superheroes actually like? So how are they like as people behind the mask? This is a great-looking, well-paced show that explores something that is pretty complex and terrible and dark, but at the same time it's entertaining and fun to watch. The Boys is an American superhero television series based on the comic book of the same name by Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson. The series has received positive reviews and praise for its writing, storyline, humor, and performances of the cast. The series was nominated for 6 Emmy Awards.
Who are you?
Number 5, Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan.
Shoot me.
The series follows CIA analyst Jack Ryan as he uncovers and tries to find a terrorist who is highly motivated, highly trained, and well-connected. This TV show kind of takes elements from 24, from Homeland and Jack Ryan previous films, and it gives us a new version of all of it, in a fresh take on it for the year 2018. The show does a really nice job between balancing Jack Ryan the analyst and Jack Ryan the man that keeps getting pushed into action. There's always a reason that he's pulled into the field, why these scenarios happening, and it always goes back to Jack the analyst putting something together and needing to go on a mission, with career to kind of figure things out, analyze things. It all plays out very nicely. Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan is an American political action thriller television series, based on characters from the fictional Ryan-verse, created by Tom Clancy.
I promise you, I'm the best chance you have.
Number 4, Hanna.
She's faking. Richards, get out of there.
Hanna is more laser-focused than its predecessor, allowing for deeper character development and extra thrilling action sequences. Hanna is based on the 2011 movie of the same name, and it tells the story of an ex-CIA agent who helps steal a baby girl from this government facility, where they're conducting some shady program. After he rescues baby Hanna, he raises her by himself in the woods off the grid, and trains her rigorously. She trains in hand-to-hand combat, and with guns. She studies languages. He's basically building her up to be the world's most deadly teenager. All for her to be ready for the eventual day where the people he stole her from will come after them. So the show follows Hanna and Eric, the agent who stole her, as they have to venture into the world and deal with the people who want to hunt them down. Hanna is an American action drama streaming television series. Stars 𝘀𝘀𝗯𝗶𝗯𝗲 and Mireille Enos. Hanna is a coming-of-age story, with way more violence and tragedy than your typical teenage fare. The fight choreography is impressive. When some teenagers' biggest worries are social media and prom, Hanna's concerns are far more imminent and deadly. Number 3, Sneaky Pete. Sneaky Pete tells the story of Mariusz 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗃, con man who after spending a few years in prison assumes the identity and life of another man. In order to try and lay low and escape from the bad guys he owes money, Mariusz ends up on a farm and gets caught up in a complicated family, with a family that isn't really his, while he also has to deal with his own problems like owing money to gangsters, being on the run from gangsters, and issues with his own real family. Mariusz is a con artist, so the way he deals with his problems is by lying, outsmarting people, and basically conning everybody around him until he gets what he wants. This show is equal parts crime drama and family drama, and it does both of these things very well. Mariusz lands in the middle of this already complicated family, just as things are becoming even more complicated. Sneaky Pete is an American crime drama series. This show pretty much nails every aspect of the story, the drama, the crime, the personal relationship. It even manages to be fun. There are some great performances in this show. Pretty much all the characters are well developed and interesting, and it doesn't drag. It's just as long as it needs to be. Overall, highly recommended.
If you think you know who I really am, you've been conned.
Number 2, Reacher.
You boys know what's about to happen to you. You leave now.
It is your classic introduction. A guy comes in, he gets in trouble for something that he didn't necessarily do, makes his way into detainment, beats a couple of guys up, comes out and helps the people that got him in that situation in the first place. When retired military police officer Jack Reacher is arrested for a murder he did not commit, he finds himself in the middle of a deadly conspiracy full of dirty cops, shady businessmen, and scheming politicians. With nothing but his wits, he must figure out what is happening. Reacher is an American action crime streaming television series based on the Jack Reacher book series by Lee Child. Reacher has everything you want when it comes to showcasing a badass action hero, and while occasionally cheesy, the end result is a fun television series. A second season has been ordered and will be based on Bad Luck and Trouble. Before we unveil number 1, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1, The Wheel of Time. Amazon Prime Video's adaptation of Robert Jordan's fantasy series The Wheel of Time is off to just as strong a start, delivering a remarkable mix of intrigue, spectacle, and magic. This is a series that could only really be adapted by a studio with the ambitions and budget of Amazon, which is reportedly spending $10 million per episode to build elaborate sets and CGI with practical effects to make its magic and monsters come to life. Meanwhile, the show has an excellent ensemble, bringing the heroes and villains to life. It's no small task to introduce so many characters and explain all the factions' history and magical rules of the setting in a way that won't lose newcomers or bore fans of the books. This action-first explanations-later approach works incredibly well, as a way to maintain the momentum without a need to try to keep us entertained. The Wheel of Time is gorgeous, well-acted, and strongly written a show that understands the characters and plot. The Wheel of Time is an American epic fantasy streaming television series. The series is based on the novel series of the same name by Robert Jordan with Brandon Sanderson. The series was renewed for a second season. Well, this is it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, and we missed your favorite series, let us know in the comments.